Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. All right, stop or you're going in. Do you want to go in? Lay down. Lay down. Be good. Be good. Just 1 second. Hi, everyone. Goddess of radical self-love, MECA. Laura wants to tell us she is present, as you can all hear. I don't know what to do if you won't stop. Please go lay down. I guess we have all the dogs in the neighborhood cheering us on to support us. Yes, you are here with MECA. Make everyone count always. We are a support network for radical self-love and self-care and master manifesting. Yes, our community here at MECA, our family, supports the communities, our communities, most vulnerable care receivers and those who care for them, caregivers. When our community's most vulnerable, care receivers and those who care for them, caregivers, feel valued and supported, the rest of us are assured we are valued and supported as well. So, today is Walk and Roll Away Wednesday, or swim, as the contest queen has instructed me to say. All right, this is not going to work. Sorry once again. You're going to have to go in. Yeah, because you're not being a good girl. It's not good when you can't stop talking. I know you're so excited, but you can't stop talking. One side. Goodness gracious! Yes, I know. I hate putting her away, but, you know, we need to discuss some things today. Thank you all who are our new subscribers. Yes, thank you for your likes, comments, shares, and donations. Oh, wow. So much has been going on this week. Holy buckets. So, back to walk and roll, or swim and roll away Wednesday. Walk, swim, roll for those who have mobility assistance. Yes. So, this mind frame of walking and rolling away from what no longer serves you, meaning your higher purpose, right? If you are dealing with things in your life, such as, let's just take the greatest one that I've walked away from the beginning, or greatest few. Fear, doubt, worry, right? In order to be master manifestors, we have to walk away from these things. It's really difficult to follow your dreams, passion, goals, and desires if you're letting fear rule your life. Or lack mentality is a good one too. Yes, so we walked away from so many things this year, and I have to tell you, if you're using the system that I am outlining for you each week, Monday, Manifestation Monday, Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday, Wednesday, Walk and Swim and Roll Away Wednesday, Thursday, Self-Transcendence Thursday, Friday, Freaky Friday, Self-Actualization, right? If you're using these things, if you're following this program, you will see huge changes in your life. I know, because they're happening for me all the time. I literally have no idea how I have done all of this because I haven't. The universe has gifted me over and over and over for trusting and believing. So gifted me with friends, gifted me with a beautiful home, gifted me with these amazing children who for a long time, as many of you know, it was one of my I went through some things with them from choosing me. And I know it sounds selfish, but you know what? If I'm not happy, ain't nobody happy. I mean, we can all pretend, but in this household with my children, they didn't even get to see who I really was. So it was a false sense of happiness. Now they get to see who I really am and the calmness that I can bring to their lives. I didn't used to be calm. That's for sure. But not only them, but other people feel a sense of peace when they're around me. And not only peace, but inspiration, right? Because it's really hard to not be inspired by somebody who is constantly facing their fears, right? So if you hear my child in his room, it's just because he's really into his game. So he's not dying or fighting, really. He's having fun. Interestingly enough, I don't understand it, but whatever. So I understand it's difficult to face your fears, but the more you practice it, that's why I do the same thing each week. It's a ritual so that we can ascend to a higher level, right? And once you start doing this, especially with the Walk and Roll Away Wednesdays or Swim and Roll Away, whatever you want to say. Swim as in I'm a mermaid. I'm a free mermaid, right? I'm the goddess of radical self-love, which happens to be a free mermaid. Yes, never mind the legs. They're an illusion. So that's how magic works. Anyway, in doing the work, which it is work to put yourself first. It is work to give yourself self-care, right? It is work to maintain faith. Trusting and believing is work. And I went through some weird ebbs and flows this week, but I kept knowing. And so much more, like, I can see the contrast right away now, which is such a huge gift for me because I used to get stuck in that muck, the muck of, why is this happening to me? Now it's like, oh, I see some drama there. Goodbye, right? And part of that drama for me used to really be, which is my walk and roll away for today, walking and rolling away, or swimming, whatever, from not knowing my own value. And oh my goodness, we totally forgot to do our cards. I'll do them after. So our energy for today is from the 8 Crystal Angels, right? Oracle deck. So it's a huge one. Like, it's an important one to understand what your own value is, right? What you bring to the table. It's interesting, like, how I undervalued myself. And the deal is that no one else, and you can't change anyone. You can't change anyone's view of you, right? Like, make them think differently unless you think differently. It's that simple. It literally is that simple. It's so crazy. How did I not know this? I think I've heard people say it many times and I wasn't listening. So, understanding what you bring to the table, your unique gifts, your talents. And it's literally, a lot of times, things that other people make fun of you for. It's so funny. Sometimes they're the things that you want to hide. It's kind of that shadow self that you are just can finally step into the shoes and claim what's yours. Like, I don't necessarily claim anything as mine though, because, we know that open hands, right? So we can have what land there and stay as long as it needs and then leave when it is supposed to, or when you tell it to, away. You don't have to be angry. Understanding your own value though, it's like, being able to really be you fully. Again, like self-actualization, right? And you don't have to beg for things that you know you deserve, because they will be gifted to you in the ways that they should, because you already know your own value. You no longer have to fight with people over it. It is the way it is, or we won't be around each other anymore. And sometimes that means, like, you might think you have a great opportunity, right? But if the great opportunity includes someone not understanding your value, from the beginning, or even later, right, that it's not, to me, such a great opportunity anymore, because we all bring such special things, unique traits and gifts. Like, for me, I'm a conduit, so I don't really claim any of it as like my own. The things that I have created in the last 3 years have been downloads. I'm just the vessel that they're coming through. I'm just the vessel for you. And I made a deal with the universe, or my guides, higher self, whatever you want to say, that none of this would ever be out of selfishness or what I can get out of it. I mean, I know what I'm getting out of it is just being able to be in this position is just, I'm grateful. So, as you are practicing the ritual of the week every single day, right? Setting your intentions and making sure your self-care is the first thing that you focus on every day, right? Finding your center, walking away from the things that no longer serve you. And those can be people, situations, thought processes, environments. What is going to help you on your mission, your passion? And I understand this isn't for everyone. It's not supposed to be, because there's a lot of people that are so full of the programming from getting their needs met from the outside world looking in, right? From their ego base and a lot of narcissistic tendencies. And then there's other people who are stuck in their deficiency needs. And I feel like it's really a lot of, that's who I'm trying to reach the most so that we can help. That's, a lot of the care receivers and caregivers are stuck in those deficiency needs because they're not being supported by our communities. That's why it's our job here as our family grows to make sure that they're getting what they need. Because a lot of them, even though they're stuck on their deficiency needs, they have a lot of answers. They already are self-transcendent, but being held down by our society for a reason. So I know it's heavy, but it's true. So we're here to put a stop to it, right? It's our job to make sure everyone can ascend together. So there's some in the middle, though, like I said, that are ego-based, ego-driven, and they're going to laugh at this channel or my work for a minute, only for a minute, because there's opportunities now, because I've walked away from what no longer serves me, like those people who are very unhealthy. And I understand it. It really is due to pain and feeling like they can't really be themselves or else they won't be accepted. And it's sad. I understand it because I've been there. I've been on all the different levels, so I get it. But I, like, more than anything, was stuck on that safety and security and physiological needs level for so long because of pain. I didn't feel safe. And when I switched it around, through the help of my guides, obviously, everything started to change. And it took a long time till I was really stuck in this mind frame, like, this is for real. This is really happening. Like, everything you told me is true. Like, I'm not just making this shit up, right? And so now all these amazing opportunities are coming through, and individuals who are bringing them, who understand my value, right? Because I understand my value. I understand my value first. And I don't have to prove it to anyone, because it just is. I just am being me. Just like when you are you at, well, think of what you love doing the most in your life, right? Whatever that may be. Are you thinking about proving yourself at that moment, or are you just enjoying, right? So I just enjoy all the time now, because there is a choice. There's the drama, or there's the joy. Joy. And sometimes the joy takes a lot of work to find, but once you get there, you're like, ha, I've got it. I see it, right? There's no more convincing. There's no more convincing me of the reality of changing the way you think. Not worrying about those outside influences and how they view you. Just coming from a state of pure expression. And it's interesting how you can relate to so many different people on so many different levels when you're not worried about the way that they see you and you're just being. It's like everyone's attracted to you. You know, they're like, how do I do that? This is how. You go through it day by day with the steps of self-care, full forgiveness and compassion for the self, following your dreams, passion, goals, and desires, right? It just, all of that flows out of you as purity in your relationships. So you're no longer needy. You're no longer codependent. You're just offering your gifts to others at the rate that you set, because you know what you offer. You know your value. And it's an energy exchange. You have to understand the output of energy that you're giving to others is worthy of another energy exchange from them. And they come in many different forms, so you have to be open to all the different types of forms, right? One of them, yes, is money. But that's not all. There's so many different ways to have that equal energy exchange. It could just be your wisdom. That could be it. It could be your care, your compassion, your camaraderie as friends, right? Which is, yes, also our card for the day, Angelite. And now, you all obviously know that I'm a metaphysicist. I believe in all different Master Ascended Teachers' teachings. There's a lot of Master Ascendants walking amongst us today. And I have the pleasure of knowing a few. So, understand that the words sometimes used as in spiritual or religious, if you don't necessarily I know I turned that up. Oh, it is on vibrate. Interesting. I'll do it. Okay. Hopefully we won't have any other. Just understand it's just different energy forms, but we have different energy levels. So with different dimensions, right? We're in the third dimension, which is a very low energy form, which is why so many people are having such a hard time right now with higher consciousness, because they're being programmed to continually think in lack and comparisons. But we don't need to compare ourselves with anyone else. We're all just unique individuals. And what I've been told is, if you understand that we are of a collective, and if you trace it back to the start, and that there's one source that wants to recognize this materialized world in all its different forms, then that one source is within us each, right? And every single thing that carries energy, which is anything, like everything, right? Then we have been ourselves a part of everything. I have been you, and you have been me. So when we're talking about spiritual or religious, in the end, they're all leading back to one point, right? And even if you're only talking about energy, same thing. It all starts with 1 0 point. So For those of you who may not be so interested in those terms, okay? They're just terms that we gave them as humans. Human beings. There's someone being the human. Got it. Have you been feeling lonely? This card comes to you as guidance to connect with like-minded people in a spiritual setting. Perhaps you've received the inner call to attend church or temple, or to find a spiritual group aligned with your beliefs. This card confirms that this is true divine guidance and encourages you to take the needed action steps. It's funny, we were just talking about the action steps, weren't we? You have been receiving guidance about your spiritual path, including intuitive ideas about which communal settings would provide support and friendship. Maybe you're in one right now. Spiritual groups are also powerful because of the energy of joined prayer. Transformation Tuesdays, for sure, which lifts everyone up. In these contexts, you are likely to receive healing insights and visions. Making friends with people who share your spiritual beliefs offers you a feeling of safety, where you can easily be yourself in social settings. Studies also show that having a spiritual community is correlated with increased health and longevity. Now it's time for you to take the next step and attend the spiritual meetings as you are guided. So you better be here every day. About Angelite. This robin's egg blue stone, also known as anhydrite, is formed from dehydrated gypsum, and the stone can dissolve in water. This crystal is known for its calming influences as well as its connection to the throat chakra. The body's energy center related to your voice and divine communication with God and the angels. Angelite can leave you feeling spacey, and ungrounded, so it may be a stone reserved for times of quiet contemplation. During our meditation sessions, it would be great, huh? I always like to meditate with stones. And you can get our Love, Peace, and Prosperity Moon Manifestation Mist that was also made, alchemized with crystals. So I believe those gatherings as well. Of course, it's always nice to have a spiritual family, as we all are here. So you can find friends on here. You guys can comment. I would love to know about what you all are walking and rolling and swimming away from, right? So you can reach what it is that you really want in this world, right? What your mission here is. So you can reach peace and joy and happiness and prosperity. I'm so excited to share with you guys everything that's happening so quickly in my life. But I'm going to do it, at the right times. But what I wanted to say is that those communities of like-minded individuals, right, with higher energy, as you guys are doing the work, if you're not already there, you'll see that your friendships do change. It's very difficult to maintain friendships with individuals who are not on the same thought process as you. And it is sad, but we have to understand that you can't let anybody hold you back from being you. And anybody who's going to hold you back from reaching all that you desire, they probably just need help. Really. But you can do that and offer that from distance. You don't have to continue to be in that same world because of comfort or even because of love. Love comes in all different forms, right? And holding on to attachments, enabling people's bad behaviors, bad thought processes, all these things that you're working to change, is not going to help them by you sticking around. I've definitely seen it with my own children, how, yeah, it was hard to go through that icky area of the change of going into the cocoon, right? I felt very lonely. But they're changing for the better by me not enabling their false ideals of who I was, of who I am. And we will have a stronger relationship in the end. I know it. I see it already. And I see them growing up in a different way than they were. That makes me really proud. And, like so many of my friends that are supporting me on this path and following it as well, like the changes that they've made, and it's pretty profound, which is why I'm grateful for this position. So I'm humbled by it. So I want to say another couple things quick, and then I'll get going. So Friday on the 1st, it is the 1st on Friday, right? No, Saturday. Cut myself short. I'm going clean for my yearly cleansing in June, which led me to this entire thing I guess it was 2 years ago. 3 years ago was on the route to it. Yeah, it was like going out, well, having lots of downloads to tell me what to do, but listening. And it's when I went clean, 30 days before my 40th birthday, and because I wanted to quit smoking, and I'm no longer a smoker. I do vape. But so only water, tea, and raw foods. And I received all of the downloads and messages of what my position was here, and as a student and a teacher, as the conduit, and made my promise of not using it for personal gain, for selfish purposes, reasons. So all of the outlets and opportunities I have will all be to support MECA and our long-term services and support systems to give our care receivers and caregivers the life that they deserve. But so I'm doing the cleanse again. If you would like to join me, it's one day at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time, just getting through, but it's all right. It's very cathartic, and you will come out a new person when you're done, for sure. So I'm excited to see what happens now. And then with one of the opportunities that I have a lot of work to do. So next week I will not be vlogging, and hopefully I'll send some things out still on YouTube, just giving you updates on our website and seeing if that's all ready for me to do a couple vlogs at least, or maybe I'll do a couple short vlogs. We'll see. But yes, that is my Walk and Roll Away Wednesday. Thank you all for joining me, and I really do want to hear what y'all are doing for yours. So I would love that, a little commentary with all of you. So I love you all so much. So much gratitude for the support that you give me. I value you so much. I love you all. Thank you. Buenas. I love being outside. Go be beautiful. Ciao, ciao for now.